This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on what your kids are spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely. And parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/iHeart.
Let your imagination take flight with an AI-powered PC from Lenovo. Whether it's creating digital art, designing new software, or building a portfolio for a future career, our PCs are powered by Intel Core Ultra processors to help students unlock smarter learning and unleash their creativity. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. All you have to do is choose the one that fits your passion. Head to Lenovo.com to shop AI PCs and find your perfect companion. Plus, get 5% off when you create an education account.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Let's go! Booty! I can't do it. Booty! Boo!
No, they're checking out.
Yeah.
Sauce
is
to go
in here.
home.
We're already talking
I'll
about
pay you to go home. I don't want to play anymore.
So Come on!
Here's my question. So Abbott came down during the break. People may have seen it on KFAN.com/watch. And he really tried to pump you up, right? I thought some positive affirmation.
Yes.
You can still do it.
Yeah.
And what was your response?
Some motivational speech?
I think I swore.
Yeah, and said, I want to leave. If I could leave right now, I would.
Yeah.
15 minutes ago, we learned that your high school assistant football coach came in and said, you suck so bad, I'd never play you again, and so you quit. Is there any coaching that won't result in you quitting?
No.
Because that was basically Mike Zimmer to KOC. Is there someone in the middle? There's no method to coach you up to continue to try?
Genevieve, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Is it legal
for you to play?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Let Max to say, Sauce, you're out
Late
and
game
sub me in.
trade. Bring back the Drip Brothers.
That'd be great if you won.
And then we won. But that wouldn't happen either because my performance in the tournament, I'm 1-5.
You lost to Rosie.
You need no offense to Tennessee. You need to you need the ability to pick your partner next year.
You think so?
Yeah, you and Gorg had one good week
I
together.
know, I got excited
paired with
about it.
Gorg, and we all
two
love
teams
Gorg,
got to do that.
Who? Name the two.
Well, Barb got to pick her partner, and Swedberg got to pick his partner.
Okay, there's two.
Yeah.
Last year we did the draft.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Corey made one
And
of
you
the worst
picked
mistakes of his life.
So
Gone to therapy for a year to fix that.
Well, it's sad.
It's a route right now. Where are we at?
I was going to say behind the scenes, behind the program password, I had you and I'm talking to Corey. I had you and Common slated as teammates up until that Kevin Gorg appearance.
Really?
And then Common talked about how their chemistry and he liked playing with them. So I made a late change.
Fellow goaltenders, me on boots, him on skates. I thought this is it.
It's like Kevin McHale seeing NDEB play defense
Yes.
with LeBron James once ago, and I need to have that
That's
guy.
exactly right.
Who was my original partner?
Donaldson, but he said no.
I didn't have you slotted yet because I still didn't have all 16.
Got it. Understand. Okay. But it wasn't right.
I think I was maybe going to put you with Gorg, actually.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody loves
You guys
KG.
can elevate together.
Yeah.
Both state champ.
Yeah.
Both state champ. Is him twice, you once, or is it you twice and him once?
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah, there you go.
We ready to get back to the game? Everyone but Meat Sauce, you ready to get back to the game?
So you ready to play this game? Come on, man.
Play, sure. Yeah.
Come on.
For Louis.
Do this. Do it for Louis.
Louis
That's
doesn't
your
want to see his
motivation.
dad quit.
Oh, he's seen his dad quit.
We haven't seen a Meat Sauce chair throw in a while. You could maybe see it at KFAN.com/watch if you watch it right now.
Here comes the putter throw.
Brilliant. Great film.
Our kids are watching it now.
So good.
If you fast forward the first 30 seconds where he's using everything as his
phallic thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not too bad for kids.
Yeah.
First 10 seconds, though, had me questioning.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea.
It's great, though.
Corey Cove and Justin Guard, you have 42. Max and Meat Sauce, you have 8.
Hideous.
We're just playing Password Shark right now.
We got him right where we want him. We got him right where we want him, baby.
Corey and Max, take a look at the iPad, please.
It's over.
The password is mask. There you go. All right, Max. So if my math is correct, you're down 34 points. You have the option. Would you like to go first or second?
We'll go first.
Okay.
All right, Max and Meat Sauce for 10.
Smoking. Hot.
Corey and Gerdsey for 9.
Movie.
Mask.
Oh.
I thought Smoking.
Yeah. Good clue.
Because I've never seen it.
That was a very good Jim Carrey impression, by the way.
That was a great clue, Maxo. That was a great clue.
It's okay.
You really do want to go, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
51-8.
This is always the point where you wonder, is too much piling on too much? Like, is there a breaking point?
Yeah, let us get one.
We could have fun. I mean, just ripping sauce, not about giving you points. That'll happen organically.
Okay.
Not to pile on, but the least amount of points ever in the Program Passer Invitational.
Okay.
Muss and Kevin Falness.
Which is how many?
10.
We're on the way. We're on the way.
So
Let's go. Here we go.
Meat Sauce and JG, take a look at the iPad.
Woke up the beast.
The password is honor. All right, Sauce, down 43 points. You have the option. You want to go first or second?
We will go second.
All right, Gerdsey and Corey for 10.
Award.
Meat Sauce and Max for 9.
Um,
5 seconds.
Society.
Humanitarian?
Gerdsey and Corey for 8.
Summa.
Honor?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Good one, Corey. Yeah.
Honor. Okay.
How do you get honor on it?
Graduate with honors.
He's genius.
Oh, you mean you got like a diploma? You actually finished school.
Another clue that I knew would not help them.
Hey, so can I really want to defend, you said it was Fallness and Muss, right?
Yeah.
What if the only points Max and Sauce gets are when I was literally trying to get Justin to say the wrong word?
That's even better.
So far, those are their only points. Oh,
And I got them.
You sure did.
Yeah,
That's true.
And you can get more.
Yeah. What time is it?
We got about 9 minutes to break.
All right.
Maybe 7.
Well, this might be over in like 2 minutes.
Somewhere down that crazy river.
Yeah.
What's the time?
It is 59-8. Corey Cove and JG with the lead. They're 21 points away from a win.
How about us?
Corey and Max, you are 72 points away from a win. Corey and Max, take a look at the iPad. The password is away. All right, Max.
All right.
We need to hear some hootie hoos. We need some shirts coming off.
The shirt is staying firmly on. I'm putting snow pants on.
You got the option. You're down 51. What do you want to do here? First or second?
We're going first.
All right, Max and Meat Sauce for 10.
Home Alone.
Corey and Gerdsey for 9.
Cast.
Screen.
Max and Meat Sauce for 8.
Road Away. Yeah! Let's go! You doubted us. I doubted you guys. Tennessee was doing some doubting.
Road's a way better clue.
Yeah.
Way better.
They surpassed Fallness and Muss.
Yeah. Now you can relax.
Yeah, thank
Now you
God.
can just relax.
It's 59-16. Meat Sauce and Gerdsey, take a look at the iPad, please. The password is discover. $43-point deficit, Meat Sauce. the option is yours. Do you want to go first or second?
We will go second.
All right, Gerdsey and Corey for 10.
Find.
Locate.
Sauce and Max for 9.
Locate. Search.
Gerdsey and Corey for 8.
Columbus.
Discover.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant clue.
Almost an explorer.
I knew it was Discover. Even before he said it.
That was good. Good clue, Guardsy. Could have went a couple different ways with Columbus. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, we got time to explain it, actually.
You're talking about the Blue Jackets hockey team? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, of course.
Ohio State?
Of course. Yeah.
67-16. Corey and JG are 13 points away from a win.
What about us? Yeah, what about us?
Man, the math is hard. 64 points away from a win.
Talk about it.
Corey and Max, iPad, please. The password is broad. Max down 51 points. Going to have the option for a long time here. If this game lasts a long time.
It won't.
You've got the option
Nothing
here. You
I
want to
do
go?
has lasted a long time.
Do you want to go first? First or second?
We did make a kit.
That is correct. We'll go second. Okay, thank God.
All right.
Just let them get it.
Corey and JG for 10.
Wide.
Load. Nice giggling.
Meat sauce.
Yeah.
Max and meat sauce for 9.
Band. I have no idea.
Speaking of wide load, my chair just sunk.
Yeah, it does that to me.
I know.
Corey and JG for 8.
Dame.
I'm lost.
Max and meat sauce for 7.
Rosie.
Worth it.
Pass. I had to do it.
Corey and JG for 6.
Chick.
Actress.
Brilliant.
Had to say something.
Max and meat sauce for 5.
Derogatory.
Jesus.
Broad?
Yes.
I was going to guess it like 2 years ago, but I'm like,
Why would he use broad? Because that's what Rosie calls him.
that's why it's the Rosie clues. We always joke that Rosie talks like that. Yeah, brilliant, Maxwell.
67.
I should have gotten that one. That's my fault.
Meat sauce and Max have gotten 2 of the last 3. It's 67 to 21. Meat sauce and JG, take a look at the iPad.
Too bad they weren't 10-pointers, though.
Yeah, we're not as good at that.
The password is fine. All right, Sauce down 46. This could end up being the beginning of the greatest comeback in program password invitational history. Very Indiana Pacers-like. You've got the option. You want to go first or second?
What's the score?
67-21.
Okay. So I'm yeah. All right.
Would you like to go first or second?
We will go
5 seconds.
second.
All right, JG and Corey for 10.
Penalty.
Infraction.
Sauce and Max for 9.
Money. Fine. You are
good.
correct. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I still doubt you, but
It was a 2-order, I thought.
It's a tough one.
I didn't know where to
The
go.
pumps are coming out.
Just a little bit. Some tiny ones. You know, I'm just making low waves. The tsunami's coming, though.
Sauce, are you mentally checked out or are you back?
I'm back.
let's go.
What's the score?
22-8 run for Max and Meat Sauce. It's now 67 to 30.
Plenty of time.
You doubted us. You doubted us. Garbage time points.
Cove and Max, take a look at the iPad, please.
Good job building off that.
The password is charm. Max, you get one here. You could start to make this kind of interesting here. You got the option, Max. You want to go first or second?
We'll go first.
Ooh, confident.
Let's go.
Max and Sauce for 10.
Lucky. Wish.
Cove and JG for 9.
Cereal.
Charm.
Yeah, it's over. Good one. Yeah, good one. Yeah.
Good job.
That's all right. It's okay.
When you said cereal, I thought about the craziness that smoking is in serial killer documentaries and Lucky Strike.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Sauce, this is where we need you to be partners. Watch. Yeah. Ready? First clue. Mm-hmm. Curtsy.
Charm. Charm.
Here's where we're at. Corey and JG, you're at 76 points. So any correct answer, you win. Max and Meat Sauce.
Got him right where we want him.
Good news is, Max and Meat Sauce, you're at 30. You could get 5, 10 pointers, and they never even get to play the rest of the game, and you could win.
Talk about it. All into our plan. Here comes the hardest word of the whole thing that I can't even read. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Meat Sauce and JG, take a look at the iPad. The password is aid. All right, Sauce, time to go on a run here.
We'll go first.
Oh, wow. Sounds confident. Meat Sauce and Max for 10.
Financial advisor.
JG and Corey for 9 and the win.
First.
No idea.
Sauce and Max for 8.
Help. Bank.
JG and Corey for 7 and the win.
Assistance.
Oh, aid?
Yes, they win.
Oof. Help is good. That's where I was going.
Together.
83-30. Corey Cove and Justin Gard win.
That's it. Phone this number.
I was a snoozer. I didn't even realize they had won.
No, I didn't either.
One of the most anticlimactic victories in the history of Program Password.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
Hey, we got Sauce engaged for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. And he didn't throw anything.
Didn't throw anything.
No, you're past that because you got Louis. That's all that counts, right?
Do we need to fire any shots at the gals? I know Rosen did. That didn't work.
The broads?
Yeah, the broads.
Yeah. No,
the dames,
you guys
the
will
chicks.
win. I'll take whatever the point spread is. You guys will win.
I don't know. They're very good.
Do we have a date? We have a date for that, don't we? We had 52 group text messages.
Hey, 10, I'm
yesterday.
not available on the 20th.
Yeah. I think we're planning to have it 2 weeks from now on Friday, June 20th, though.
It's like the Super Bowl.
It sounds like the big room's not available, so we'll have to do it here in the studio.
Well, it is
so
what
no audience.
Gentlemen, as always, thank you for participating.
And
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you for making
it's unavailable.
And thank you for making it fun and entertaining. We appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Was it?
Yeah, it really was. It's over.
You must have had a good dream.
You're getting ripped, by the way, by a lot of people right now.
Yeah, that's
a
fine.
lot of people.
Yeah.
We'll
go home.
We'll take a break. Come back with more Common Man Program after this here on The Fan.
Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/iHeart. Greenlight.com/iHeart.
And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at public.com/disclosures.
Hey, it's Ryan Seacrest. Life comes at you fast, which is why it's important to find some time to relax. A little you time. Enter Chumba Casino. With no download required, you can jump on anytime, anywhere for the chance to redeem some serious prizes. So treat yourself with Chumba Casino and play over 100 online casino-style games, all for free. Go to ChumbaCasino.com to collect your free welcome bonus. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out. But no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Couple 14 past. This is the Common Man program. I'm Common. He is Tenneby. No Lil B today. She was out. She will return next Friday. The legendary one Mark Rosen will be here next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. We'll tap dance a bit here, and then it will be Victory Formation segment. If you think we've had nothing to this point, wait till you get a load of shortly after 2:30 up until 3 o'clock. I discovered this again, Tenneby, and I know people say, oh, yeah, sure, you knew all the answers. When you're sitting in that chair I was in and staying in that chair when you're just listening, I wonder, I've never asked listeners, for them, do a lot of listeners know the answers right away?
They're hearing the words.
Oh, well, they're hearing the words.
Yeah, they're hearing them all.
But, I mean, you can turn it down, too, because there are people that want to play along.
Yeah, if they want to.
So my point is, if they turn it down and then play, do they get them? Because I'm over there, Discover, I knew it immediately. And I'm like, how do you not get that? There were 4 or 5. I'm like, how do you not get that? Yet when I'm in this chair and I'm getting a clue fed to me, sometimes it's just feet. You're just
There's a lot more going on in the brain when you're actually playing.
And
yeah.
So, but it was.
I feel like I've had that experience playing Initials before, right? When you're just sitting in your car. Sometimes it's a little easier than when you're actually sitting in the studio and you've got multiple things going on in your brain.
Well, I played Initials once and I only attempted one answer. And it was, I said AstroTurf and it was artificial turf. One of the two, right? So I think maybe it was artificial turf. It was AT. And I said AstroTurf. And I thought I had it. It was no. And I'm like, what? And then it was artificial turf, which obviously was but that's the closest I came. That game was that's why I've probably never been invited back either. Plus, between mid-March until early December, I'm just not available because I could be golfing. But it was a fight. They would have stopped that. It was a beatdown of epic proportions.
Cove and Girds are pretty good.
They are pretty good. Yeah. There's no question. And there were others that team, Guardsy and Cove, got that. I don't know how they got. I guess part of it's pop culture stuff. You got to know. There was a movie reference in one of those.
The smoking one.
Yeah, I got no idea. That was.
It's from the movie The Mask, which is
So
that's what we're trying to find. Mask.
Yeah, and that was way beyond my ability. But so now we've got.
Top 2 seeds.
Yeah.
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, it should be a Clash of the Titans. I'll have to think about it more. I mean, no offense to JG and Cove. I think I'll be rooting for the gals. I think I will be rooting for the Broads, even though they're the number one seed. Just the favorite.
Well, they haven't won it before.
Yeah.
Whereas Cove and Guernsey both won it, right?
That's the other thing too. So I'm actually gonna. I don't know what Power Trip bets will do if they
already set the line. Actually, I already saw it.
All right, just wait.
Yeah.
Before you say it, I don't know anything about setting lines and minuses and pluses. I'll say they have Cove and JG as the favorite.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess how many?
But this is points, right?
Yeah, how many points?
12.
Wow. You can basically set lines. They have them at 12 and a half.
12 and a half.
12 and a half favorites.
Yeah. Which would mean an 80-point win. They're saying to be to 80 to 68.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
That's pretty. We haven't had many matches that close in this tournament. There's been a lot of blowouts.
I would think it would be closer than what we saw today. Let's hope so. The other thing, you mentioned that Zacho had like 4 different pictures in one screen or something.
KFAN, yeah.
That's when you have a great matchup like that. And then when you have the bad one like Tampa Bay against the Carolina, they only got like 2 cameras, The bigger the game, the bigger the venue. You have all the different bells and whistles and extra camera angles.
The primetime games have more cameras.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If this would have been Rosen and Kriesel against me and Gorg, there would have been maybe no camera at all. They don't even have it.
Just the one standstill.
Yeah, just a standstill is all you'd have. And much like the NFL, we have a finite budget. We'll take a break, come back with Victory Formation segment. That's next here on The Fan.
And here we have a specimen from the early 2000s, a legacy investing platform. Please don't touch the exhibit, folks. It could crash.
Ready to step out of the financial history museum? At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out. But no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Hey, everybody. So when you get asked, what is Odoo, what comes to mind? Well, I'll tell you, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But, some people also say that Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable.
Ooh. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. Whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it.
Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
And
it's the Victory Formation segment here on the Common Man program. I'm Common. He's going to be another winning week, as we've done each and every week since this show started. It's been around a long time, since 1994. And we've had a winning week every week. It's the longest stretch of winning weeks in the history of radio. I I saw one note tend to be, you know, we baseball note for the Twins when yesterday we talked about it was official that Pablo Lopez's shoulder injury was a bit more serious than they had hoped. Same injury, that it's the muscle that tears something or other that attaches to the scapula. And he's out probably the same injury Joe Ryan had that ended his season. Ryan, though, had this injury much later in the year. They figure on the optimistic side, 2 months. Worst case scenario, they say 3 months. And they're going to have to use maybe a consortium of pitchers in order to fill the role of Pablo Lopez. And Phil Miller wrote this yesterday evening after we were off the air. It says, Twins intend to push young starters. Phil Miller writes for Fish Rock Factory West. Twins intend to push young starters called up to fill in major league rotation. Baldelli said it will benefit the rest of the team when they can last into the 6th and 7th inning. David Festa, Zebby Matthews, and Simeon Woods Richardson will probably be the trioca. Is that the right word to say it?
Huh?
Is trioca a word? Troika?
I know tapioca.
Is it troika?
Troika?
I think it's troika. Can you look it up? I may have just made up a word. Maybe I said something you're not supposed to say on the radio. Troika? Troika?
Troika.
A Russian carriage, wagon, or sleigh drawn by a team of 3 horses abreast, a team of 3 horses driven abreast, or any group of 3 persons, nations, etc., acting equally in unison to exert influence, control, or the like.
That would be Festa Matthews and Simeon Woods Richardson. They are troika that will be filling in for Pablo Lopez while he's on the injured list. Here's what Baldelli said. When your starters can pitch you into the 6th inning beyond, it does a lot of things to help a team, a lot of things. When you don't have Pablo going into the 6th and 7th inning, you're going to have to make up those innings elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And you know that's the other thing we didn't talk about. I guess didn't occur to me immediately is not only are you going to have to use other pitchers, and you miss Lopez's 2.82 ERA, but he generally does pitch into the 6th or even 7th innings. He's not 4 2/3 or 5 1/3 and out. He'll get you 6, sometimes 7. And so that does save on your bullpen. And, because the bullpen nowadays, they're throwing as hard as they can. You're supposed to go 1 inning. We want you to throw 98 to 100 miles an hour and just blow them past the opposition. Fresh pitcher, fresh start. No mileage on his arm that day so he can throw hard. But to protect that bullpen some, if you believe bullpens need protecting, and I guess they do in this day and age of hard throwers, you do need guys to go. Like Lopez is going to give you generally 6 to 7 innings. I don't know if Festa, Simeon Woods Richardson, and Zebby Matthews can. I would think Tenneby, though, we've seen this happen to pitchers before. As a matter of fact, I think it happened to Paddock earlier when he first came back from injury, where it was like he'd given up like 8 runs through 4 innings, and they just kept him out there for another 2 or 3 innings. Mm-hmm. It's just like, this game is, it's almost like, you're almost, doing the anti-Dido. You're saying, this game's over. We're probably not coming back, but we don't want to go to the bullpen now because we might need the bullpen tomorrow's game. So you're just going to pitch a couple more innings and see where it goes. And so I would think sometimes if on starts by Festa, Matthews, and or Woods Richardson is one of those early blowouts like we saw yesterday. Was it Festa that started yesterday? He gave up 4 runs right away. They're probably going to let him go a few more innings, especially if it gets to the point where you're like the 8-1 kind of scores, 9. It's like, just stay out there. So that is something that would certainly benefit the team because you want to. It even says here that the Twins bullpen is already one of the dozen heaviest workloads in Major League Baseball. So if you add to that could be detrimental. The other day, you told me, you said, hey, if you got nothing, which is usually every day, you had some preposterous statement entries or possibilities, considerations?
Yeah. I feel like this was a little while ago, but yeah, we have some.
PST VVV III nominee.
Love PST.
This one comes from Alec Lewis. He's from, I don't know if you've heard of this before, The Athletic.
The Athletics?
He covers,
we just played him. We beat him with 2 out of 3.
He covers the Minnesota Vikings for The Athletic. And this is the kind of preposterous statement that I think you like. These are the weird, how did this come into your brain kind of a thing.
Okay, good.
Here's what he had to say about, so I guess it stems from, what's the name of the Vikings third wide receiver? Jalen Naylor.
Okay.
He switched to a single number this year as opposed to having the 2 numbers on the back of the jersey.
So a single-digit number.
Single-digit number.
Here's the thing. I said this on the podcast, but usually when a guy changes numbers to a single-digit number, they look faster, they look more agile, they look quicker.
That's an impersonator doing Alec Lewis's voice. He never said that.
I always love that.
This would be the one if somebody sent me that, just not the audio, but just sent me, comment, here's a PST, Alec Lewis said, my response would be, he didn't say that, ... You're making that up, ... You have to be, and have is capitalized. Because if you would have told me he said that, I would have said, you're making that up.
And it sounds like I didn't listen to he was on with Nordo that day, and apparently he just kept defending it because people were ripping him for it. He kept doubling down on it.
Well, when you see Kirk Cousins in the pocket being flushed out, don't you think agile, fast, quick? He's a single-digit number 8, right?
Well, and I was thinking, Connor McDavid is probably the fastest hockey player I've ever seen.
Yep.
He's number 97. What if he was a single-digit number? And then even more so, do you think the number 1 because it's thinner than the number because it's thinner than the number 8?
Yes.
Do you look faster in the number 1 than you do in the number 8?
And then how about the number 6 or the number 9? Because if 6 were 9, right? Because those numbers are almost identical. Now again, it's early in the year, and I know that you pardon me, the committee's been collecting them that are submitted. So there's probably many that you've already collected that I don't know about. But this right here screams top seed.
I think it'll be a high seed.
Yeah, or close. Yeah, certainly a single-digit seed, which makes it even seem more preposterous when it's a single-digit, like a 2 or a 3, than if it was a 13 or 14.
It just looks better.
It looks better.
It looks like it's more preposterous when it's a single-digit seed.
Correct.
PST VVV III nominee.
This one comes from Kendrick Perkins of ESPN. He was on First Take, and he basically said that you need to be a family man and married with kids to be the face of the league, because he was talking about Anthony Edwards. He said, quote, you got to check the boxes when you're the face of the league. Things outside the lines matter. Now, if you go down the list of all the faces of the league in the history of the game, you look at Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, LeBron, Steph. What did they all have in common? While they were playing in the league, they were all family men. They were all married with kids. Now, Ant has kids.
Several.
Yeah.
That'd be quite the family portrait, though. Yeah, I guess in an ideal world, if you're trying to ducky and bunny it up, he's a family man with a white picket fence, and it's a beautiful he's got a nice little place in suburbia, and he's a wonderful guy. Yeah, but I don't think you need to be a family man to have to be the face of the league. I don't think, but
Tiger Woods is still the face of golf.
Yeah, I guess he
right?
is.
At any point, he's the face of golf.
Well, that is starting to be challenged.
He was married with kids.
Yeah, that is starting to be challenged now, though, with speaking of golf, the further he gets away, I don't know if he'll ever play again, really, he might do the majors because he's exempt, and that's all he cares about. But I think it's
I guess my point is like the family dynamic of him being this great father and
right,
great husband that broke apart.
That did break apart,
and he was still the face of golf.
You are correct.
So I'm not convinced. I think if Anthony Edwards is really good at alley-oops and slam dunking basketballs and wins MVPs and wins championships, he'll be the face of the league regardless of whether he's married or not.
I think he could very well be. Is that it, or do we have any more?
I got a couple more.
Sure.
PST VVV III nominee.
This is not Washington Walruses, but Washington Commanders team owner Marjorie Harris. She thinks the Commanders are now America's team.
So much to look forward to. And look, the Commanders are America's team. And so what better place to have the NFL draft than in the mall?
She just says that so matter-of-factly. Did anybody presser on that, and say, excuse me for a moment, please. Even if they're not, the Dallas Cowboys have always been considered America's team. What is it that leads you to believe that the Washington Commanders have supplanted the Dallas Cowboys as a so-called America's team? No one asked her or followed up on that? Why would she even believe that?
Can't say I was watching the press conference of the Washington Commanders owner about them getting the NFL draft. So I don't know.
It may not be a winner, but I think it's got first round win capabilities. That's PST related.
I got one more.
PST possibilities.
PST VVV III nominee.
As you're aware, the Vikings are going to be playing 2 games in Europe in back-to-back weeks, right? They play in Dublin on Sunday, September 28th, and then they play in London on Sunday, October 5th. Well, on the Power Trip Morning Show, Chris Hawkey and Ben Lieber were talking about the possibility of them taking the train from Dublin to London.
This is really good.
Because do you know yet, Hawk? Are we going to leave Dublin on Monday right to London, or are we going to stay there for a little bit and then let's make the short hop over like later in the week?
I would guess we will go probably Tuesday. I wouldn't think we'd do Monday. Monday's a heavy travel day. But who knows? Who knows? And is there a chance, and you guys who've traveled there like I have, is there a chance we take a train?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I figured it's an hour flight, so by train that's a few hour ride. Right?
Yeah, I guess you're probably right.
Do you have to work when you're there?
I don't think they have train tracks that go from Dublin to London. I don't think, unless I'm missing something. Do they?
There's the Irish Sea in between. I will say, I've never been there, but my wife went from London to Paris, France, and there's a train
tunnel.
A tunnel that goes underwater.
They call it a chunnel.
A chunnel?
Yeah, channel, chunnel, tunnel. I think that's why they call it a chunnel. It's a play on words. It's sort of like if you're chillaxing, right? Chunnel. It's under the channel. It's a tunnel.
Yeah.
So they call it a tunnel. Even if that's not true, that's what I'm going with.
So that's what we got for next year's Preposterous Statement Tournament.
Well, best of luck to all of those. And I think Alec Lewis, has he been nominated before? Is this a first-time nominee?
I don't know.
Well, it's a hell of a first entry. That's maybe some of our PST historians can tell us. To me, if that's a first-time entry, that's really... Now, a lot of them were first-time entries, but this would be amongst the best, I think. The single-digit number makes you look faster, quicker, more agile, more muscular. Maybe it'll be smarter, wealthier. Everything with a single-digit number.
I'm now starting to look back at my high school hockey career because I was number 20 and thinking, man, if I would have picked a single digit, maybe scouts would have thought of me differently. I might have been a Division I hockey player. Maybe I go play in the NHL. Like that might have cost me my career.
Maybe you not only would have been in the skating ballpark with those other NHL players, but in their locker room. You could have been in their locker room. I just saw this story from a couple of hours ago. Maybe it's been reported earlier elsewhere. Brad Crawford writes NBA for CBS Sports. Headline, Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau over Jalen Brunson's usage and schematic shortcomings during the NBA playoffs. That's per a report. Crawford writes, despite leading the New York Knickerbockers to the Eastern Conference Final for the first time in 25 years, Thibs is out. The decision seemed hasty, but according to ESPN's Ramona Shelburne, the plug was pulled over usage concerns with Jalen Brunson in Thibs' failure to make schematic adjustments during the NBA playoffs. Story goes on to say, Brunson's career numbers have risen to another level in every statistical category under Thibs. The star guard averaged 26 points per game, 7.3 assists. Over 18 postseason games, Brunson averaged 37.8 minutes per game, an increase from his regular season tally of 35.4. Thibs is known to heavily rely on a starting five with the help of key reserves and has never used a deep bench. The Knicks had three players inside the NBA's most minutes played this season, including Bridges and Hart, who came in at numbers 1 and 3 respectively, as both averaged more than 37 points per game. Brunson missed games this season with ankle and calf injuries, suggesting he may not hold up if Thibs' obsession with overplaying him continues. During the conference finals, New York seemed to move away from the pick and roll with Brunson and Bodega Cat. The guard to center pairing only assisted on 5 field goals. That was enough for the front office to make a move, Shelburne reports, despite Brunson's public support for Thibs. Look, I don't. Basketball was never my sport. Never overtly played it other than pickup games. And PA put me in my place after I called him out for not playing defense. So, I know in hockey, I don't know, Tennessee, what's the average amount of minutes the first line will skate in a hockey game?
Let's say it's a 20. We'll give you around number 20. Yeah,
around 20. Do some guys skate more? And what would be outrageous? Is 21 too much? Is 26 too much? 22? Because, like, for instance, what they said with Brunson, it says over 18 postseason games, he averaged 37.8. His regular season tally of 35.4. Well, that doesn't, 2 minutes? Little more than 2 minutes more? Does a little more than 2 minutes?
You should play more in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're important games.
Right.
You got to win.
And I would say, would an extra 2 minutes?
You shorten the bench in the playoffs.
Would an extra 2 minutes be that detrimental? Would you be that much more tuckered where it's like, I'm only used to 37.8. My body clock's telling me I'm exhausted. I guess there is a breaking point where you play somebody too much. But to me, that's now playing only 8 guys. I think that can be. Here's where the problem becomes, I think, is even though all these guys are really talented, you wouldn't be in the league. Even if you're a bench guy, even if you're Garza, you know how to play basketball. You're good at the game. You're not playing ever, but you're really good. But if you don't play these people ever and then expect to insert them into a game at an important moment where they haven't played a lot, I would think there's a little bit of an adjustment level when you just come into a game, you haven't played in weeks, and or maybe several games at the least, and the other guys have already broken a sweat. They're into the flow of the game, and you're expected to jump right in. Now you're a pro, which you get paid to do, and I'm not saying it's not like the syphilis guy pushing the rock to the top of the hill. It's not him. But I do feel like coaches, unless their backup talent is just awful, but it can't be, can it? How many guys are on a roster in the NBA? There's 32 teams. There's, 15 guys? 15. So that's a very small percentage of the people that are really good at basketball. You don't trust to play them at all. So, I mean, if that's part of it, I guess I cannot kind of understand that. But the schematic stuff, that's beyond me. If that's, it says here, as we just mentioned.
I thought he was known for his schematics.
Yeah. Well, here it says, where was that number about what he was doing with Bodega Cat? And, he says, during the conference finals, New York seemed to move away from the pick and roll with Burner Brunson and Bodega Cat, the guard to center pairing, only assisted on 5 field goals. And I don't know if that's, you'd have to explain the schematic stuff to me. Somebody from the basketball community. But different times of the season, it is postseason play, different teams. You're playing theoretically better competition. It's the top 16 teams in the league, and the deeper you go into postseason play, when you're down to the finals, there's only 4 teams left, and they're all real good, right? When you go to the conference finals. And so they're pretty good. They kind of know what you like to do. So do they try to take you out of here? Just because you've been doing something all year long doesn't necessarily mean, well, we can just do that. It's just playoffs. It's not any different than a regular season. Well, playing the Indiana Pacers or playing the Oklahoma City Thunder or the New York Knickerbockers is different than playing, give me a really bad team in the NBA.
Charlotte
Hornets. It's different. So I don't know. I shed no tears for Thibs. He's made a good living. He'll probably catch on again somewhere else.
By the way, Tee to Green, controversial topic for tomorrow. Les Bolstad course is closing after this year. University of Minnesota is going to sell the land.
Ooh.
They're going to put up houses there.
Well, that's prime real estate property. I understand.
Oh, I bet.
Why. Yeah. Well, then I got to get out there and play before they take her down. We'll talk about Les Bolstad tomorrow. Not Les himself, but the golf course. We'll do that. Timmy, thanks for having me.
Hey, great job.
You as well. We enjoyed a visit with you today. We'll be back Monday at 12 noon. Tee to Green tomorrow on...
I'm back Monday. You're not.
That's right. I'm out. I'm at River Oaks for the Phoenix residents. A charity golf event. Tee to Green tomorrow on Golf Day Minnesota Live from Classic at Madden's. Big Ticket and JG, they're next, right? Sharing the fan.
Listen back to any of Common Man's programs by podcasting on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
You know what's great about your investment account with the big guys? It's actually a time machine. Log in and zoom. Welcome back to 1999. It's time for an upgrade. At Public.com, you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, bonds, options, and more. You could even put your cash to work at an industry-leading 4.1% APY. Leave your clunky, outdated platform behind at Public.com. Go to Public.com and fund your account in 5 minutes or less. Paid for by Public Investing Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Full disclosures at Public.com/disclosures.
Come on. Why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity. With Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance, it keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
You know, some people say that Odoo business management software is like fertilizer, the way it promotes growth and all. But other people say Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable. And there's some people who would even say Odoo's individual software programs come together to build the perfect suite like building blocks. Well, Odoo is all of these things. Fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. So sign up now at odoo.com. ODOO.com.